Hi, I'm Bob Schrupp, physical therapist.
Brad Heine, physical therapist.
And together we are the most famous physical therapists on the internet.
In our opinion, of course.
Brad, today we're going to talk about having tricep pain. That's the muscle underneath the arm, right?
Right there.
And first off, I want to make sure that the pain is coming from the tricep, that it's not coming from your neck or shoulder, because quite often you can get pain that refers down into the arm. And there's a simple test to know, really, Brad. If you rub on this area and you find a tender spot, it's probably from the tricep.
Sure.
If it's not, if it's from the neck, quite often you'll see pain that comes all the way down, then you rub on this area, it really doesn't even hurt there.
Sure.
The problem is up here.
And also, if you're moving your neck all around, be uncomfortable.
Right. There's other signs. And occasionally, like I said, you could even have a shoulder pain so bad that it could refer down the arm too. But in most instances here, you maybe were doing some type of lifting or strengthening, and you tore your or probably had minor tears in your tricep or a tricep strain. I've had this injury, Brad.
Sure.
And it's very interesting. What you'll find is, and I used to do dips, I still do dips, is that the pain just doesn't seem to go away. It's just naggy thing just keeps going on. So you need to do something like this. What that normally means is that there was a minor tear in there and that it started to lay down scar tissue. And scar tissue lays down in an erratic fashion, Brad, doesn't it?
Yeah, he's trying to show a model.
Like a cobweb.
Right. And I always think of muscle fibers are actually like straws that lie on top of each other in a nice uniform manner, but not like this. They're like this, and so they slide in and out.
So what happens, this is like a scar, like if you've got a scar that breaks open every time you start to use it again. That's what's happening, it just breaks open and has to go through the healing process again. Sorry for taking so long, but this, you have to understand is why we're doing this.
You bet. So
what you're going to do is, let's say it's Brad's right arm that's giving him trouble. The tricep, they put it on relax. It's a good way just to keep it straight like this.
Right.
And now the tricep is nice and relaxed. Right. Generally, it's going to probably be in about the mid-belly of the tricep. And all you do is you take the other arm, and you're going to use your fingers, and you can put them, one on top of each other like this, or two together, or three together. And you're really going to need a good, strong tool here to do the rubbing. So basically, you're going to go across, and you're going to rub across the part that's sore, Brad.
Versus up and down like that.
You're going across the fibers. You're breaking those fibers up. And again, we're not just moving skin here. We're getting deep down into the muscle.
And to be a little uncomfortable.
Yep.
And tell them the rule about when to stop.
Right. Basically, if you do this, and after a minute or so, it's getting worse, it's not getting better, it's not going down, then it's probably too sore, it's probably too fired up to do this. I take an ice pack and throw it on there and try it in a couple days again. If it's starting to get a little bit better, maybe even a little bit numb, that's a good sign. That's what we want to see.
After a minute or so?
After a minute or so. Now you can take your fingers and rub like this. You can even use your thumb as kind of a base here and go like this, Brad, you know what I'm talking about?
Get the thumb in here and reach over.
Right.
And you'll know when if you're doing this to yourself, you got to go in the muscle belly, and you'll find that
spot.
Yep.
And you rub right across there.
And it might even feel a little ropey in there, like that muscle's tight and knotted.
That's a very good point. When you've done a lot of it, like Brad and I have, I can actually feel the spot. I can go, yeah, you can feel it. It just doesn't feel right. It doesn't feel like nice, smooth muscle fibers. It feels rough.
Right.
And
some therapists say, oh, I found that Tootsie Roll. It's like it's harder than.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, that's what my teachers said in school.
So now you can do this. You can do this 3 to 5 minutes. You may not be able to last that long. It's something. What's nice about this, you can do this. You can even do it through your clothing.
Sure, you bet.
And you can do this throughout the day. I'd like to see you do it at least once a day and do it for a couple of weeks, and you're going to be surprised. I quite often had relief of it fairly quickly.
Right, and we've had people write in on our YouTube, people that learned through this process and having good success.
So, all right, good luck.